Coming up on News 10 at 3, a father is facing charges after dumping his 11-month-old baby in a field yesterday. A manhunt is still underway in the Riesel area, what you need to know. And it's finally here, the 4th of July. We'll tell you about some fun events going on this weekend.
Live from the most watched station in Central Texas, this is KWTX News 10 on your side.
One person is in the hospital after being hit by a car late last night. It happened about 10:30 last night. A 54-year-old Copperas Cove resident was hit by a car on the westbound service road of Central Texas Expressway in Harker Heights. They were airlifted to Scott and White. At last check, they were in critical condition. Firefighters were busy this morning after an 18-wheeler caught fire on the interstate. Elmont Fire was called around midnight to an 18-wheeler trailer fire on I-35 near the Heart of Texas Speedway. Hazmat was originally called out but was later canceled. We're told one of the two trailers being pulled caught fire. The driver was able to get the trailer detached. No injuries were reported. The trailer was carrying cardboard and paper products.
Well, guess what? It's hot outside once again. We're seeing temperatures in the lower 90s, but a lot more cloud cover than the past couple of days, but that hasn't prevented our temperatures from climbing into the lower 90s out there. As you can see, here's the view from space. A lot of clouds across our area, no rain, a couple of showers just to the east of DFW. That's about it. There's a slight chance for maybe a shower will make it into our area later this afternoon. But again, those chances are just slight, around 20%. Temperatures right now, lower 90s, 90 in Waco, 91 Temple and Killeen. Heat index values are near 100 once again. 20% chance through about 5 to 6. Once the sun sets, we should be good to go. Partly cloudy skies, 81. Tomorrow morning, waking up to warm and humid temperatures around 75. Partly cloudy skies. We'll discuss the 4th of July holiday weekend forecast coming up in Maine weather. Lauren?
Thank you, John. An update to breaking news we brought you yesterday. A father is facing felony charges after police say he dumped his 11-month-old baby in a field. The baby boy was found just south of Moody near Highway 317. It was around the intersection of Guyton and Franklin Road. Authorities say the baby's father, 25-year-old Zachary Phillips of Troy, dropped him off in a field near some woods after claiming someone was chasing him. He's now facing an unspecified third-degree felony charge. A neighbor found Phillips' car on the side of the road around 7:30 yesterday morning. After talking to him and finding out an infant was involved, they called police.
Being out here for 4 hours, that's pretty scary that the child didn't wander off and fall in a creek or a tank with the waters the way they are with all the prior rains we've had in this area. So it's pretty scary that he was left alone like this, but it's very fortunate that it turned out great.
Search crews found the baby covered in mud with scratches and cuts just before noon. He was stuck in some barbed wire, but he's expected to be okay. We've been keeping you updated about the manhunt that went from Little Rock, Arkansas to right here in Central Texas. We have new video today out of Little Rock. This is video of the home that the DEA agent was injured at during a raid early yesterday morning. The suspect at the DEA was after escaped and fled to Texas. Officials believe he planned to run to Mexico. David Verduzco was stopped in Temple with another passenger in his vehicle that police say was not connected to the raid. Verduzco was previously charged with distribution of drugs. Going into the holiday weekend, we want to remind everyone to be out on the lookout for a man wanted by Riesel police. Police are looking for Antonio Johnson. This is police video from when he originally ran from the earlier traffic stop. He was arrested early Tuesday morning after leading police on an hours-long manhunt. Johnson was then taken to Hillcrest Medical and later that day walked right out of there. If you know anything about Johnson, you're encouraged to call Riesel PD. A man is dead today after a gator attack in southeast Texas Bayou. Police responded to Burkhart's Marina in Orange, Texas around 2:30 this morning. That's when they learned a man was attacked by a gator. They found his body about 2 hours later, not far from the attack. A game warden in the area said this was the first fatal gator attack in Texas he's heard of. Still to come today at 3, a new drink is trending, but you won't guess the special ingredient. And it's time to celebrate the 4th of July. We'll have some safety tips and lake openings. Stay with us. A Americans will be firing up the charcoal grill this holiday weekend, but it turns out charcoal is not only for the barbecue. It's now turning up in beauty products, and some people are even drinking it. Jill Wagner explains.
At Juice Generation in Manhattan, customers can get a variety of fruits and veggies in their drinks. And now there is an unexpected new option: activated charcoal.
It sounds crazy, right?
Emily Parr came up with the idea after seeing charcoal used in beauty products like face masks. In the drinks, there are 2 teaspoons of the fine powder, which comes from charred coconut shells. Proponents believe it can help detoxify the skin and the body.
And it tastes pretty good?
Yeah, it's really good, actually.
Scarlett Dancer drinks about 3 bottles a week and believes it helps her skin and digestion.
Do you taste the charcoal at all?
No, not at all.
Activated charcoal may be gaining popularity, but it's not clear how well it works. CBS News chief medical correspondent Dr. John LaPook says in emergency rooms, activated charcoal is given to drug overdose victims in large amounts.
To bind any toxins that were there, any poisons, so that the person wouldn't absorb those toxins into their bloodstream.
But he says there are no large scientific studies showing that using it in beauty products and juices improves health.
How do you know that the activated charcoal isn't also removing good stuff along with the toxins?
But a lack of evidence isn't hurting sales.
So how popular are these? They're extremely popular. The activated charcoal line is our strongest launch in Juice Generation history.
In fact, Juice Generation plans to start using it in more of their drinks. Jill Wagner's
Released for I Am Chris Farley and posted first on BuzzFeed. The Saturday Night Live star died of a drug overdose in 1997. He was just 33 years old. I Am Chris Farley features many of his famous friends sharing their favorite memories of the actor. His best friend and frequent co-star David Spade said Farley is never far from his thoughts. Variety reports that the film will premiere on Spike on August 10th. It will be released on VOD and DVD the next day. Katy Perry's dream of living in a convent is turning into a bit of a legal nightmare. The singer wants to buy a sprawling Los Angeles property formerly owned by the Sisters of the Immaculate Heart of Mary. Court documents show the Catholic Church had a signed deal with Perry, but the 5 remaining nuns living in the convent say they signed another deal with a local developer. One of the sisters told the LA Times Perry met with them, but they didn't know who she was. Then they Googled her and were not impressed. Now lawyers are filing papers to fight contracts signed on both sides of the deal. Actor Paul Rudd now has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Wednesday was officially declared Paul Rudd Day in Hollywood. Kneeling, Marvel's newest superhero, unveiled the star. Actors Michael Douglas and Adam Scott spoke at the unveiling. The 46-year-old rose to stardom during his role in the movie Clueless. Now he'll play Ant-Man, which hits theaters July 17th.
Tracking severe weather right down to your neighborhood. KWTX News 10 is the Weather Authority.
Alrighty, 4th of July, 1 day away. Tomorrow's the big day, and if you have any outdoor plans, you should be good to go. It's going to be hot and humid, so again, make sure you stay hydrated out there. But could be a couple of showers around, but again, nothing to change your plans. Same thing we've been saying the past couple of days. The forecast has not changed. Just about a 20% chance area-wide. By noon, it'll already be 87. By 5 p.m., highs right around 93. Heat index values tomorrow around 100. Now, if you see a shower, it'll be quick downpour, and it will cool you off a few degrees, so that's some good news. But again, most of those showers will be coming to an end just before sunset. So the fireworks displays like the one you see behind me at McLean should be good to go. Right now, we're seeing cloudy conditions, a lot more clouds than we have been seeing the past couple of days. We'll call it mostly cloudy out there. And you can see that from the view from space. A lot of clouds across central Texas. No rain for the moment. We're watching a couple of showers to the east of Dallas. And there's some more rain down to our south that's moving up from just south of Bryan College Station around the Houston area. These could make a run in our far southeast counties over the next couple of hours. So because of that, and because we could see some showers from this activity near Dallas, there's a 20% chance of rain this afternoon. Again, the same goes for Saturday and Sunday. Current winds out of the south and west, a little bit breezy today, 10 to 20 miles per hour, helping to keep you cool. Temperatures well into the lower 90s right now, around 90 degrees for Waco, Temple, 89 still in the Killeen area. So despite all the clouds, we're still right around 90 degrees for most areas, and the heat index values are in the mid to upper 90s. It feels like 99 in Cameron, feels like 97 in both Hearn and Bryan-College Station. To the west of I-35, though, where the moisture is not as dense, we're seeing only heat index values around the actual temperature around 90. 93 degrees by 5 p.m., a 20% chance for an isolated shower. Anything that does form will diminish by sunset. 81 by 10, partly cloudy tomorrow morning. Start off 4th of July, 75 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Elsewhere, some lower 70s to the west of I-35, where there's less moisture. To the east of I-35, a little bit warmer tonight in the lower to mid 70s. Here's the bigger view showing a ridge of high pressure that we've been talking about the past couple of days. It's continuing to break down, and we're also in between this area of low pressure near Chicago. So the jet stream is just to our north. We're kind of under what's called northwesterly flow, and any kind of disturbance within this flow could cause some thunderstorms, some showers to pop up. So when you have a weather pattern like this, it's just a good rule to put in about a 20% chance, and that's what we have done for today, Saturday and Sunday. Definitely not a washout, just a couple of showers here and there that pop up in the heat of the day. Here's a look at your timecast to see what it has to say this afternoon. Maybe a stray shower. By tomorrow morning, partly cloudy skies, lows in the 70s. Tomorrow afternoon for 4th of July, here you can see a couple of green blobs there, especially for our northern counties. Could see a shower or two, but watch what happens towards sunset. Everything's gone. Looking at partly cloudy skies for those firework displays. And then for Sunday, much of the same. Temperatures hot and humid, lower to mid 90s, heat index values around 100 with a stray shower. So for tonight, partly cloudy skies, temperatures in the 70s with south winds about 5 to 15 miles per hour. And then for tomorrow, 4th of July, again, there's that 20% chance for a very isolated shower. Temperatures in the lower to mid 90s and south winds 10 to 15. There's the next 7 days, going to maintain that slight chance for Sunday. Then after that, high pressure starts to build back in for next week, looking at highs in the lower to mid 90s. A few clouds Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, looking at mostly sunny conditions for Thursday and Friday with highs right around 95 degrees. And heat index values next week could be at or above 100. So definitely want to keep your cool this weekend. Good news, if you do see a shower tomorrow, it will definitely cool you down. So maybe if you want some heat relief, plan for a little bit of a shower tomorrow.
Well, that's good. That's good, especially with 4th of July.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little hot there by McLean Stadium.
It's going to be a little bit hot, but like we've been saying, make sure you stay hydrated out there. Get one of those fans that spray you with water. Those things really help.
Work. That could definitely work.
But no rain for after sunset, so that's good news.
Well, that's good, especially whenever the fireworks start around 9:15 tomorrow.
Should be a great display, I've heard. Should be great.
Perfect. Great. Okay. Well, you may soon be able to shop online through a facial scan. MasterCard will introduce a pilot program this fall that would allow online purchases just by holding your phone in front of your face. MasterCard says it's partnered with every major smartphone maker. It's also working on deals with major banks. When News 10 at 3 continues, it's the 4th of July weekend. We'll tell you what you need to know. In Galveston, tests have been positive for high levels of fecal matter. It might sound gross, but health officials say for the most part, people are just fine going in the water this 4th of July weekend. Tim Wetzel reports.
We drove all the way from Duncan, Oklahoma.
Amanda Chavez is spending the 4th of July weekend with her nephew at the beach.
We're building the sandcastle.
While they pile up sand, lifeguards raise an orange triangle flag, warning there's bacteria in the water.
Of course it's kind of scary. You definitely don't want to, especially get your kids in the water to where they are at risk for anything.
Experts say the water is only dangerous for those who have open cuts or weakened immune systems. For everyone else, it should be just fine.
If you are coming down to the island, there's no reason to cancel your plans to come. If you do go to a beach and you feel a little uncomfortable, if it has a beach advisory, you can simply just go down a few blocks to another.
According to the health district, conditions are improving. Of the 52 test sites in all of Galveston County, only a handful are showing high results. For most people here, the only complaint might be the water's color.
It would be nice if it was bluer, but that's okay. It's Galveston. It's the water and the wind, and that's what counts. Oh, no, we're not going to let it spoil our fun. Say no. So we're going to have some fun.
Some good news for boaters at Lake Belton Marina that has contaminated with E. coli. Corps of Engineer officials say the second batch of test results came back yesterday for Pier 36. The levels are now well below the state standard. Marina staff were allowed to reopen the section of the marina closed earlier this week. Officials believe a broken sewage line following recent flooding at the lake resulted in those high bacteria levels. Here in Central Texas, we have some good and bad news from area lakes. Here's a look at what's open and what's closed this holiday weekend. At Lake Waco Spiegelville Boat Ramp and Caney Park Boat Ramp are open. The only day use area open is in Bosque Park. At Stillhouse Hollow Lake, the campgrounds are open and so are all of the boat ramps. The water is about 2 feet above normal, which is safe to go in. On Lake Belton, the only boat ramp open is the one at Belton Lakeview Park near Frank's Marina. The lake is about 12.5 feet above normal water level, but the good news, the campgrounds are open. At Lake Whitney, all state and Corps of Engineers areas are closed, but privately owned businesses, RV camps, and cabins are open. We're told people may still access the lake via privately owned ramps. Tomorrow's the 4th of July. It's a time for barbecues, backyard parties, and of course, fireworks. But those brilliant symbols of our nation's birthday can also be very dangerous. Thousands of people are injured by them each year, and experts say those injuries are preventable. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says more than 40% of the time, arms and hands are injured. 1 in 5 injuries involve the trunk or legs. The remaining 38% is the head and eyes. Also remember to keep fireworks away from small children. Still to come on News 10, we'll give you a rundown of all the activities going on this weekend. Plus, Fuzzy Friends is here with a pet that needs a forever home. Stay with us. We'll be right back. This being 4th of July weekend, there are plenty of great activities going on all around the area. Fort Hood has a big 4th of July celebration. It's tomorrow from 5 to 10 at Fort Hood Stadium on Post. It's free and open to the public, and there'll be live music and fireworks. And of course, there's the 4th on the Brazos in Waco. It's happening at McLean Stadium's Touchdown Alley starting at 6. There'll be food trucks, live music, and a fireworks show starting at 9:15. You can find a full list of weekend activities by going to our website at kwtx.com. Well, it's Friday, which means, of course, Fuzzy Friends is here. Cynthia Berger is here with one of her own dogs here. So first off, tell me, who is this and a little bit about him?
This little boy's name is Bronx. We transferred him over from Waco Humane recently. Aww. And he's a 1-year-old terrier mix. He's fully vaccinated, neutered, and microchipped. He's very energetic, he's very playful, as you can see, and he loves to get along with other dogs and kids, so he'd be a really great little pet for the summer.
Oh. Good deal. So a lot of people will be lighting off fireworks, some people, and people with pets, what do they need to make sure they are taking care of their pets whenever they're doing that?
Yes, fireworks season is really hard on the animals. Yeah. We have a lot of strays that come in the shelter after the 4th of July. Please be sure that you secure your animals, that they're safe, that they're well contained, because it is very scary for them and they will try and run away. A lot of them end up on the streets after the 4th of July. Yes, sir.
And you were telling me a little bit about some events that are coming up, right?
Yes, ma'am. We have 2 fundraisers coming up. We've got Cocktails for a Cause on Tuesday, the 11th, I believe it is, 5:30 p.m. at the Baylor Club. What do they call that?
Yeah,
Baylor Club at the stadium. We're going to have celebrity bartenders, all cash tips and donations go to Fuzzy Friends, so we'd appreciate that.
So that's great.
We have Spay-Getty coming up, which benefits our Spay and Neuter Fund, and that will be at Rosati's on the August 11th, and we've got 2 seatings, 6 o'clock, 7:30. Tickets are available at Fuzzy Friends Rescue.
Perfect. All right. Well, there's a lot more of these cute little guys at Fuzzy Friends Rescue that are in need of a home. So you can always go check them out over there on Airport Road. Thanks for joining us today at 3.